Hi beautiful people, welcome back to Q&A Tuesdays, where I pick one question and answer it for you. My name is Anne. I'm a makeup artist and a wellness coach, and I answer any of your beauty, wellness, nutrition, relationship questions, anything that's standing on your way from feeling like your best self and loving your life. Drop your questions in the comments below or find me on Instagram and comment under my latest post any of your questions, or DM me and I'm happy to pick one question and answer every single Tuesday. So today we have Sarah from San Francisco, and she's asking, I've noticed that I tend to eat emotionally, particularly during stressful or challenging periods. That makes sense and is so common. This has led to unhealthy eating patterns that I am eager to change. I want to develop a healthy relationship with food and stop using eating as a coping mechanism for my emotions. How can I overcome emotional eating and build more constructive habits when it comes to food and nutrition? Sarah, oh my goodness, this is such a good question. How many of you can relate to this? I definitely can, because I've been there and I still can get to that point sometimes. And by the way, Sarah, I want to acknowledge you first and foremost for being even aware that you have emotional eating habits, right? Because awareness is so key, and being aware of what your habits are like half of the battle. And also the fact that you notice that you have emotional eating, especially around stressful times, because sometimes emotional eating can also be during good times. Let's break this down. You want to develop a healthy relationship with food. I don't have much more information than what I just read, but what I'm understanding and maybe assuming and guessing is that Sarah probably eats something that she shouldn't really be eating, or shouldn't, right? Maybe she eats too much carbs, comfort food, and sugar like donuts and cakes. I know I struggled with that. So if you want to change this, first and foremost, find other ways to comfort yourself. We just made a video with Jonathan about stress management tips, and we will link that below too. You can check in the video for other stress management tips. So what are those including? So for example, when you're feeling stressful, if your first urge that comes up is to, oh, let's go to this bakery, or let's open the fridge and find some comfort food. So first of all, notice that urge. Be an observer. You don't need to judge the urge. You don't need to judge like, oh, I shouldn't, like, just observe it. And usually the physical cravings pass it within 15 seconds. And notice also, where are you stressed? What's going on in your body? If you're feeling like, oh, I'm stressed, like, oh, I'm craving this because I'm so stressed, choose one in the menu, one of the tools that we provided for decreasing your stress. And that could be deep breathing, that could be taking a walk, that could be putting on some really pump up music, like a song that you really love, and dancing to it and really singing out loud. That could also be taking a shower, honestly, and washing your hair and blow drying your hair, maybe putting makeup on. And that could also be going to nature, taking a walk at the beach if that's available for you. She lives in San Francisco. Maybe you have some beautiful hikes. I know the beaches are also available there. And maybe calling a friend and, you know, like taking a walk together. Connection really also helps calming us down. And if you have a partner, maybe it's time for a cuddle session, maybe a makeout session, some sexy time. I know I'm getting a little PG-13 over here, but there are so many other alternative ways to de-stress. Or maybe hugging your pet and really spending time with your little pet. My cat is sitting right in front of me right now. I know when I'm stressed, I just want to cuddle with him, pet him, and like hear him purr. That's really calming me down. So there are so many alternative ways. So when you've created this habit of like, oh, I'm stressed and now I'm going to eat, that is a neural pathway that you have created. So what you can do is break that neural pathway by creating a new habit. You can just sit and do deep breathing, like box breathing, or turn on Wim Hof breathing technique that I personally love myself. It's a full 10 minutes, so that will distract me from intense cravings, and also don't have those treats in your fridge. That way you don't have the temptation to just open the fridge and find it, right? Personally, that's my biggest tip to break this habit, is just not stocking up these things, the junk food that I know are so tempting when I'm stressed, just in my house. I don't have that in my house. Yeah, usually when we have emotional eating, that means we're lacking in some areas in our life. Maybe it's our relationships, maybe it's our job that we don't love. So find ways, see where this stress is pointing towards, where the stress is pointing to you. Maybe you're not happy in your relationship, maybe you're not happy in your career. Is it time to make a shift? When you listen to the voices within you, and I'm saying like the mental noises, but actually to your heart, your intuition, and do take the steps to make those changes, you'll have less craving. And I'm just addressing emotional cravings. If you have just in general sugar cravings, I'll maybe make another video completely. But I hope this answers your question. That's it for today's Q&A Tuesdays. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.